welcome to the 480 podcast where the content quality is just as good as the video quality. Uh, this time I've got this guy. Who are you?
Uh, yeah, Skinwalker.
Yeah, I don't know who this man is, but he's on the podcast.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm just a
Yeah.
stranger.
Okay, let's get started then. First conversation topic. Do
Uh
you
huh.
reckon that I should leave Twitter? Because I don't know if you've seen what's going on, but Big Daddy Elon, he's sort of making a mess over there, and I'm considering the options, and I'm thinking maybe I should consider leaving and going off to new horizons, venturing off to new frontiers, and spreading my influence elsewhere. But I think I want a second opinion. So, what's your opinion on this subject?
Well, I don't really use. I had a Twitter account for like 2 weeks, but I've heard that like it's just hell 2.0. It's not that great. So like for your mental health, I would recommend leaving Twitter for somewhere better. But yet again, I kind of like the idea of just like watching the apocalypse play out and like seeing what happens. Because I mean, if Elon fucks it up, then like what's gonna happen, right?
Yeah, because the problem I'm running into is I can't really see a good alternative. Like, there's no
Right.
other social media at the moment that's like I don't think
On
because everyone's saying that they're like everyone every time Big Daddy Elon he's making these dumb changes, everyone's upset at him. They all say they're going to leave to this other thing, but I don't think that sentiment is at the point where like most of the people are going to move to this new thing and make it like an enjoyable social media experience.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Twitter it has a good like function and a good layout. It's pretty good. It's just full of like you see it all the time, the cliches like the toxic Twitter fan, the cancellations, the
Yeah.
the ratios, but like overall it has a good layout. It's just like Elon's fucking it up. And I don't know, like I guess the only alternative I could think of on the spot would be like Reddit. And even then Reddit is kinda yeah. Reddit kinda
What do you have against
I
Reddit,
don't
huh?
know.
What do you have against the Reddit nation?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just I don't use Reddit myself, man. I steer clear from Reddit.
Why?
Well, there's a person in my life who uses Reddit, and let's just say they embarrass themselves very, very much, and I do not want to be associated with them.
Yeah.
However, however, they cling to me like a leech does to a fat stack of blood, and yeah. And let's just say, have you seen that one meme where it's like the kid from that was a movie, The Polar Express? That's it. And he leans over and he goes, "Why isn't anyone laughing?" He's showing a Reddit meme. That he's this kid I'm talking about. He is the living embodiment of that.
Yeah. Have you seen that one video where it's like Valorant player versus TF2 player, and the TF2 player goes, "Oh, what? You're live on Twitch?"
Pardon?
Love that one.
I have not seen that, sadly. No.
Something else I've noticed with Twitter, like recently, I've I need to like lay out the facts for you so you understand what's going on here. I'm a
Yeah.
big fan of the leftist liberal woke mob gender. I'm a big fan of all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
Hold
a
on. Hold on.
you what?
One thing I forgot to mention. I'm very I don't want to say outcasted. I'm very out of touch. That's a good word. So I don't understand most of the things that just came out of your mouth.
What the leftist liberal woke mob gender?
Yeah, I've heard the woke term be thrown around with Moist Critical and Ben Shapiro, but that's about it.
Okay, well, something I've noticed with Twitter is that I'm seeing a lot of content that is like kind of the opposite of that kind of stuff that I enjoy. And I think that's probably got something to do with Big Daddy Elon. So that's another thing that's factoring in to my decision. I don't know if this is happening with anyone else, but it just, from what I've seen being like propagated to me by the liberals, I think it stands to reason that that would be something that he would do to me personally.
So what you're trying to say is the automation, the For You page is like
Yeah, the
specific.
algorithm.
Yeah, it's watching what you like and it's giving you the complete opposite. So it's like
No, I
TikTok
don't think it's like.
or
I don't think it's doing anything complicated. I just think it's putting all the stuff that Elon likes to like the front page for everyone. I think he's just trying to
oh,
push this
yeah,
fucking. I think he's just trying to push his politics onto everybody.
yeah, he's pushing his agenda.
Yeah,
He owns
pretty
the app.
much. Yeah, I think that might be what happened.
He owns the app, so whatever he says goes.
Yeah, he owns the app, and I think he's just putting all like this like right wing stuff on the front page, and I think it's just kind of crazy. Uh,
You could have like nothing to do with politics and suddenly you
you
have
probably
his.
probably yeah.
I mean, I reckon if I started a Twitter account right now and I spent about 5 minutes just like liking some things I like or I don't know how it works, retweeting, liking, but I
Yeah,
reckon with your personal experience that I would end up finding one pretty fucking quick.
yeah. There, you'd probably see some like conservative something or other. I don't really know the political like terminology, so I might be getting it wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's
Yeah,
called. But you'd probably see something like that very soon.
I'm out of touch with politics as well, man.
Yeah, it's all kind of boring, honestly.
Mhm.
I just pretend to care for the bit because it like annoys people or something.
Excuse my
Speaking
cough.
of politics, would you
No,
join
no.
my cock clan?
Your what?
My cock clan.
Oh, Clash of Clans, right?
Yes, you get
Um,
it.
I don't. I hate to break it to you, but I don't play Clash of Clans.
Why not?
Um, I don't know. I just like I played it as a child, and I never really played it again. A lot of people, to this day, I'll be sitting in English class. We have like free time, and my mates will just whip out his phone and he'll be fucking playing Clash of
Yeah.
Clans, and I'll be looking at it. He'll be like, "Oh yeah, 4 years going strong," and I'll be like, "Holy
Mm-hmm.
shit!"
Mm-hmm. Yeah, back when
Like
I was in high school, like every now and again, you'd hear the little Supercell jingle coming out of somebody's phone. Whether
exactly.
it was like Clash Royale or cock, I don't really care. Both are
I have
pretty
Clash. I have Clash Royale downloaded, but I don't have Clash of Clans, and I haven't opened Clash Royale since like the Ice Age. So
Yeah. Clash Royale, in like the community, people are also not too happy with that. They're making updates and people aren't too fond of it now. Might be falling off a bit.
seriously, I can't believe this.
Yeah, who knew that a company could make bad decisions?
Mm. Twitter. But
Yeah, but I just don't like. I don't understand like because I left like this other like pretty decent clan to make my own and forge my own path, but nobody's joining it for some reason, and I just don't understand. Like, who wouldn't like?
I have a slight theory. All right. You see, people, it's strength in numbers, and you see, as you forge your own path, you leave right, unless you're literally like the top 100 in the world. Like I doubt most people will want to join a clan with a single person. They're looking for clans that are already
No,
doing
no.
well, active, and they have multiple people.
I am active. I do stuff. I'm in like the master thing. I'm in like the grey one, like the
Yeah, but you
big
have
grey one.
a single person in your
Yeah,
clan.
but I'm good. I'm active. I'm willing to lead and
Uh,
forge.
no one.
I'm willing to forge. I have 3,046 trophies. That is pretty decent, I thought. I thought people would like listen, back in the day, back when I was just but a wee lad and when global chat was still a thing. These gents, they all told me that if I got good at the game and I like got like a decent amount of trophies, then people would want to join my clan. I think this is a decent amount of trophies, but nobody's joining me in my clan that I called the Reddit Nation. I don't understand. Like, I don't see what the problem is here.
Right, right. Now, you forgot to mention the name.
What's wrong with the name?
Um, so I know, like this is probably just plain dumb, right? Like a lot of people shit talk on, say, the Reddit Nation, Redditors, and
Amen.
Reddit in general, right?
Yeah.
I, I'm not like a pure. I'm not a saint. I'm not a clean slate. I shit talk on Reddit sometimes, but that's yeah. But oh, what's it? My bad. But yeah, no, the Reddit Nation. I feel as if anyone who will be joining it, there's only two possible ways this could go. Either they're being heavily ironic, or they're not ironic at all. And like, I put this in the most sincerest way I can, but they're like-minded people. They're on the wave.
Yeah, they're on the
Wave.
wavelength. You know the lore. I'm
Exactly.
impressed.
Yeah, because you said that to me once, and I was very confused.
I've literally never spoken to you in my entire life.
What do you mean, man? You don't remember that like 10 months ago?
No, I
I
don't.
can't.
I don't. I don't.
Two,
I
two
don't
words
know
you
who
can't.
you are. You're just a random guy who has to get on my podcast, and because the other person fell through, I had to get you on for episode 2.
Oh, this is episode 2.
Yeah,
Wasn't Corn episode 1?
yeah. Corn was episode 1. I was gonna get someone else for episode 2, but they didn't want to, so I had to get you for this episode, and now I need to get someone else for episode 3.
Right, right. Yeah. Because you see, I've always dreamed of being on a podcast.
Yeah. Have you seen that video where the guy goes, "I'm not going to military school," and then he lets out like the most visceral, piercing scream I've ever fucking heard?
No,
Love that one.
I'm out of touch, man. I'm out of touch.
Listen,
Although,
one, I haven't had the chance to bring this up yet because you're like terrible at having a conversation, but I needed to bring this up because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my clan tag that lets people join my clan on screen, and people are gonna join it through that. I bet
that's incredible. I recommend that if
it's an
anyone
ingenious
watching
idea.
sees it, I reckon they should join it. If
Yeah.
I had a Clash of Clans Royale or Clash of Clans account, I would join it. I
I
would
know
join.
you would.
And that's not just a biased opinion because I'm on this podcast. No, that's a genuine
Mm-hmm.
belief.
Mm-hmm. What's
That was
next?
that was the most sad I've
No.
ever heard on this planet.
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Although I'm not trying to steer it, but like something that I'm not out of touch with, music. And what have I noticed that you do? I see isn't it called British Man the Rap album?
Yeah, British Man rap album.
Yeah, I've listened to one of the tracks and
One of the
instantly
tracks,
I
only one of them, not the full album.
yeah,
There's only like
I
3
haven't
songs in there, bro.
I haven't had time. I told
They're like
Corn
they're like 3 minutes max. You can listen to
I
them in
told
like
Corn
10 minutes. People could have stopped watching like this podcast, gone to like listen to my rap album, and come back, and they'd probably be at this part right now.
I'd probably be at this point. Great. Well, I have a question for you.
What?
What genre would you put yourself in for that album? I know it's called the rap album, but like rap is a very stylistic type of music. I mean, rap, you could say rap and then be put in new metal.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean, hold up. Is there a possibility you could play one of them for us right now on this podcast?
No.
No? Okay, never mind. But, because I have some questions. How was the process of making them?
Right. I'll weave you the tale just this one time. I'll make an exception just this one time.
Wonderful,
So,
splendid.
it all started with one of the other Australians called Juice. Many, many moons ago, he made his very own rap song. And honestly, it was a masterpiece. It was gold. And at some point, many, many moons after, but still many, many moons ago, I decided, I can one up this guy. I'm gonna. No, I remember the details. It's all coming back to me. I contacted Juice and I proposed to him that we make a rap song together. Bitches having sex. That was gonna be the greatest rap song ever. But he turned me down. He rejected me. I was just heartbroken. It was devastating. So instead of getting crushed by the weight of all those very real emotions that were very definitely felt, I picked myself up and I said, you know what? I'll do it myself, just like Thanos. I'm going to do it myself and I'm going to make my own rap song. But you know what? I'm going to go even higher. I'm going to make my own rap album. So, what I did is on a Friday afternoon, I'd made every single one of them in a single afternoon. I spent like the entire couple hours I had until it was tea time to make those rap songs, and I just made them. I uploaded all of them. I made them, and then I uploaded them.
So, like, what resources did you use in order to make them?
My
Like
mind.
garage.
I had my mind, my mind palace. I ventured in there looking for inspiration, looking for lyrical genius, and I also found this website called Soundtrap that lets you make the beat things, and I use that to do the actual music because I don't have a MIDI cable for my drum kit. I can't play my drum
Yeah,
kit and put it on my computer.
you have a drum kit.
Yeah, can you see it right there? Can you kind
Oh,
of you can
what? Yeah, I can see it.
yeah
Holy,
right there.
you play drums?
Yeah, I play drums. I've been playing drums for like 6 years.
Holy. What would you say? What would you say is like the best song? I know this is completely like unrelated, but you've piqued my interest now. What is the most difficult song you can play on drums?
Um, Let me check. I have the sheet music I got from my instructor here. Oh shit. Oh fuck, this thing is falling apart. Yeah, there we go.
Level 5, yeah.
Right, figured it out. I think the most difficult one that I've can like learn and play well would be like Hazy Shade of Winter.
I unfortunately have never heard of Hazy Phase of Winter.
Hazy Shade of Winter. You need to listen up,
Hey,
man.
I'm so sorry. My mind. But because I was gonna say, do you know the band System of a Down?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Damn, never. Because their greatest song, Chop Suey, is a beloved song of mine, and the drums to Chop Suey are renowned as a very difficult cover because
Yeah, man.
it's a heavy rock band. So I mean, like the dude's literally dying there,
Mhm.
but yeah, no, and the all sorry back onto the rap album. The whole reason I'm kind of talking to you about this, right, is because I have a little story to tell as well.
Okay.
All right. Now, it might just be in my family's bloodline, right? In my genetic coding that as soon as I hear an Eminem song, it like it's a canon event and it activates some allele within
Yeah.
my brain. But when I was a merely year 9 who thought he was the shit, I went through an Eminem phase where all I
Mhm.
listened to was Eminem, just straight Eminem. I thought Eminem was the GOAT. Well, I still think he's a pretty good, artist to this day. He's pretty bloody good. And I was there to watch one of his songs, Godzilla and Nat, be released. They're like really they're not big songs, but they're by him, so I guess they're pretty big. But that's besides the point. And now, me saying this, I of course immediately, wanted to put myself to the test. and I learned all the lyrics to Rap God, and I sung them to my mates, and my mates are like, "Oh, that's mean. Yeah, you could actually probably do this." My mates were obviously, you know, just taking the piss out of me, but I being the retard I was, I believed them. And so over a week, I sat there thinking of words that rhymed, and much like you tapped into your brain, I
Mind
tapped onto
palace.
Google searching up words that rhyme with. I dead ass would be writing words that rhyme with cat or something like that, and finding some lyrical, like beautiful, some symphony that Mozart would start trembling in his knee.
Shaking
And
in
I
his
produced.
bones.
Yeah, I didn't produce them, but I managed to write. I think it was free rap songs as well. And now look, I just rediscovered these only a couple months ago, and it like unlocked. It was a key to an ancient forgotten memory, and they were pure masterpieces. But like only a month ago, this is like, do you know Ice Spice?
Yeah, I've heard of her.
Yeah, yeah. Well, honestly, I'm saying this like I'm a cringy white boy, so I don't know shit about like the hood or anything like that. But damn, her music, honestly, not even being ironic, her music is honestly pretty good. Some of them. I say some of them very, very like politely because yikes, some of them are just like, you thought I was feeling you, but that's besides the point. Now, um, Korn was involved with this actually because I found GarageBand and I actually played the guitar a little, and I was thinking, well, could I make a rock cover of an Ice Spice song? And I tried to get Korn and another one of my friends involved, but uh the other friend declined, obviously, because we decided to land on Boys a Liar Part 2, which includes Pink Panthers. And Korn wanted to play Ice Spice, and so I opted to be Pink Panthers and sing her verses. But then when it actually came to it, Korn declined me. Korn just told me, he dead ass told me, you thought I was feeling you. And
Yikes, dude.
yeah.
That guy
And
kind of
so,
sucks. Why did I get him on my podcast?
pardon?
Why did I even get him on my podcast?
He's quite a sad folk. He's redeemed himself. But that's besides the point. So me and my sister, well, I was sitting there listening to the song, and my sister walked in and she started singing the lyrics. And this immediately, I was like, "Oh, you know this song?" She's like, "Yeah, I've heard it from TikTok. I know all the lyrics." And boom, instantly, right from there, I proposed her the idea, and she loved it. And so we started, and we got about halfway through the song. I haven't finished it. I've got the bass line, which I recorded on the guitar because I don't have a bass. And we got the metal, like an electric guitar. She wants to do the drums, and we have her vocals. But yeah, so Boys a Liar Part 2, like heavy rock. And have you heard Boys a Liar Part 2?
No.
No, it's a very like pop song. It's Ice Spice,
Yeah.
and it's very like relaxed, kind of almost rap elements in it. But yeah, and I'm very passionate about making music, but I don't know two shits about producing or anything. And I believe it was Juice, the same person you asked, who I asked about him, like how he produced stuff. And he just downright declined me as well, and was basically just like, I'm not telling you shit.
Yeah, that sounds like him.
Because
People in the Southern Hemisphere are a bunch of characters.
yeah, like I'm an outsider from the server.
Yeah.
And I mean, they try to make you an outsider as well. So they they reduced you to a single. I remember when they reduced you to a single channel, and it was called the Reddit Nation, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, that was my idea, though.
Exactly.
That was my plan all along.
You see, you get quarantined into one, and from there they don't check it because you say, look, the plan simple, say a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
They restrict you to one, then you can make all your plans in said one, and then you can take over.
Yeah, that was exactly the whole plan. How the fuck do you have a better idea what's going in my head than literally anyone in the southern hemisphere?
Exactly.
The whole
We're on the
yeah,
wavelength.
you're on the wavelength. I don't believe this. You're probably like the actually only one. The whole idea between me getting into the Reddit Nation was me getting a foot in the door, so that one day I can eventually take over the server and
Exactly. It's
have
like growing a tumor on the
yeah.
spine, and then one day, boom, pops, and
Yeah,
cancer
this has
all
been my
through.
plan
All
for
through.
years. The moment I got into like the original Australian server, this has been my plan the whole time. Slowly but surely getting consecutive foots in consecutive doors, slowly expanding my influence until one day they all just give up and let me have my way.
That you rule
Yeah,
your rightful throne.
my throne. Yeah, indeed.
Exactly. But yes. So, just to kind of put a lid on this, what words would you have to kind of like help me or inspire me through my like career, my blooming? What would you water this rose in order for it to bloom? You know, for the music.
Um,
What words of wisdom do you have?
I mean, in terms of just how I make my rap songs, I just kind of don't care. I don't. I just like don't take it seriously just at all. I just do what I want and just I don't care if it sucks.
Fair point. Because I mean, one of my songs from year nine, I was actually thinking of like, because say if I do follow in your footsteps for an example, make an album, might not be rap, but say like a mixtape. So we got like rap, metal, I don't know, fucking acoustic. That sounds horrible, but um, say if I do that, right? And this one song in particular was called Monkey, and now nowadays culture that I've grown into, a song sung by a white person about monkeys and people being referred to as monkeys would not come off as lightly, now would it?
I mean, but monkeys
Because
are awesome,
exactly, monkeys are awesome.
dude.
You see, the song came from one meme about I think it was like a monkey wearing pants or something like that, and that's where I got my inspiration from. Because I, I'm trying to remember the lyrics, and it was something like monkey looking real funky, something something something. Baby take a chance, but all she says is I look like a monkey, and it was something like that.
That's fire.
Exactly. It was beautiful. It was the only one I was considering because the other one was just a cringy one about like the earth. I mean, come on, Greta already did that shit. I don't
Yeah,
really.
yeah. Thumbird.
And then the other one was literally like I thought I was the shit from the hood. Gunshot, I'll shoot you up. Blah blah blah, blicky blicky. That was that was it. But mm. Now I have to say, one big question: is there gonna be another album from the British man? Is the British man gonna become a multiple record artist?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
That 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 is unironically music to my ears. That is incredible. And I have to say, I will be the first to listen to it. I will be there. I'll be waiting.
Yeah, I gave Korn a bit of like a small sneak peek of some of the lyrics from one of my songs, and he asked if he could be the first listener, and I told him no. So you've just given me a funny idea. I think you should be the first listener instead. I'll send you it early.
Incredible. Thank you so much. I would love to rub it in Corn's face.
Yeah, that'd be really funny.
That's something that's something as well. Something as well. This is simply a considerate, and you can probably see where this is going very, very quickly. But I believe in my voice. I'm quite a good singer, but I would I would like to know if you could consider an offer of a what's it called? Uh
Collaboration.
yes, something like that. A collab for one of the tracks. It
I
could
could,
simply be a feature. It could simply be a feature.
yeah,
But like
I could see, I could try and work that in for you. I could try and
incredible.
get that to work.
Thank you so much, British man. I greatly appreciate that.
No
See,
problem, man.
when you think about it, most industry plants, if you know what those are, most kind of like small artists, either there's two ways of them succeeding. Either they leech off of another artist with a collab and then grow big, or they make a TikTok song and then they grow big.
Mm.
And you see, starting off small with a collab, and then if this, well, I say if this second album, I believe will be much like that of Nirvana, in which their second album made them big. And you see, me being on the second album, it'll it'll only improve the album. There's no way it declines the overall rate and public public opinion on the album.
Is the second
It'll,
album the one where they drowned that baby in that pool?
yes.
That's awesome.
And it also was it the second album? Yeah, it was the second album that had a song about a 14-year-old being raped.
What?
Yeah, bro.
Dude, where is? Oh no, I need to see this right now. Where the hell is this?
It's Polly by Nirvana. I don't think it's a 14-year-old, but it's about a girl who went to a concert getting abducted, and then she was tortured with a blowtorch and raped repeatedly in a van.
What?
Yeah, just listen to just read the lyrics. It's like Polly wants a cracker. Uh, yeah, the whole
No
thing is
way.
Polly wants a cracker.
Dude, that's like an awesome Sea of Thieves reference.
And what's it? It's like she wants some water to put out the blowtorch. Let me clip your dirty wings. Take a ride. Help yourself. Please myself. Something something. It's fucked. It's on multiple levels of fucked. And
Dude.
I horribly interpreted the song, and I believe that the lyrics were about love. I mean, I guess they were just in
Oh yeah, just not in a very
horrible.
legal, very consensual sense. Oh, yikes.
Yikes! Yeah, but yeah. So this is the second British Man album. I don't think. I don't want to be pressing too much on a public podcast where like people can see, obviously. But are you able to tell me, seeing that the first one was a rap album, will the second one also be a rap album, or will it follow in a new way? Will it put its foot in a new door?
It might put its foot in a new door partly. I have some
Partly.
ideas. I have some ideas that I haven't fully fleshed out yet. But depending on where the winds blow and where the current takes me, I might try something or other.
Right. Well, that's great to hear
Yeah.
because mm, yes, now because I could embrace my year 9 tactics and start rapping again, or I could embrace my nowadays and see I'm much into rock music, which are very well, actually, I have a song that I just discovered a couple days ago that is practically just 70% N-word that's sung by a white guy.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
Yeah, it's System of a Down, like I was talking before. It's Shame by System of a Down, and 70% of the song is basically just them saying the N-word.
That's awesome.
And I was looking at the YouTube, and 90% of the comments are just saying, does the main singer have the N-word pass? Does he have the N-word pass? Did he get it? And it's like, I mean, the
Uh,
country that, I mean, because obviously I'm from New Zealand, right?
yeah.
And I'm part Maori, which is like the indigenous people. Well, I wouldn't call them indigenous. That's kind of rude. It's like the native, right? Native language
Yeah.
and everything. Sure. And I'm part Maori, but I'm whiter than a ghost. But like my great grandparents were, well, black. The only thing is, am I allowed to say the N-word? Which is a big no. I've followed
Mm.
very strictly, you see. But in their country, Albania, I'm think it is. It's like I think it's also the same. How it's like some are black and some are white, but the main singer has black in him. Oh, that sounds mad. That sounds mad. My bad. My bad. But like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Now, what's your opinion on this? Could someone who's white say the N word if they have black genealogy?
I think I have. I should probably like say an analogy. I don't have one though. I'm gonna try
I
and
might
think of
be,
one.
might just be stupid, but it's an analogy.
It's like it's like you know how well, okay, let's take the question you just asked. If someone was like this, could they do this? But then someone could like in the replies they could say if someone was a different thing, could they do this other different thing? It's like
Right. It starts a snowball effect.
no, it's
Oh,
kind of like just saying something. Uh, Let me try and think of an example. That might be better.
yeah. Maybe we should stop diving into racial themes on
Yeah,
this
let's
podcast.
get really complex on this podcast. Let's get into like really really touchy political subjects.
Yeah, I'd just start looking like an asshole if I did that. But uh, oh, that's another thing.
I've got an example. I've got an example. Thank you, Jolly Roger. So say there was like a sailor. Let's say there's a sailor, and he goes to like the port, and he's asking all the other sailors, "Hey, if I raise the Jolly Roger, would that make me a pirate?" And then some other scallywag says to him, "If you raised the Union Jack, would that make you British?" That's what an analogy is, I think.
Right, right. So it's proposing an idea, and then someone proposes an idea similar to that idea that contradicts that idea.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah, the problem with like being as smart as I am is like all this stuff is like second nature, so it's hard to like explain it.
Exactly. I'm quite the smarty pants, but
Yeah, a regular
no,
Einstein over on your end.
mm-hmm. But you see, I kind of lack in some subjects, but like, what's it? Uh, I think it's called stimuli. That like, I don't know. I remember seeing a meme about it, and it was like people with like, I don't remember what disorder it was, but people can mention something, and like they start tweaking, and they instantly, like, they like activate something in their brain, and they just instantly know 50 bajillion things about them, and that's like it's kind of like say for you, right? Uh, I just realized that's like kind of calling you disabled. I do not mean that at all. But say someone around you, like you overhear someone talking, say Reddit Nation, right? Boom, your ears naturally perk up, right? You naturally want to lean in and kind of hear this thing.
Yeah,
Yeah. So where was I going with this? Fuck, what conversation were we on? I can't remember. We were talking about
we were
something,
talking
and
about analogies and stuff.
right. I was talking about stimuli.
Yeah, stimuli.
Fuck, my brain just like my train of thought just
Yeah, it
fucking
did
fell
that
in
thing where like you just lose it completely for no reason.
exactly. I was on the right path and then it just kind of vanished.
Yeah, so what you're saying is like, say someone was like talking about Sea of Thieves, and then I, as a Sea of Thieves fan, I immediately like perk up. I get a little bit of a semi, and I try looking for an opportunity to like butt in and like explain all of the lore.
Exactly. I guess. In a way. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, how would that? I'm trying to remember how that correlated into analogies. Um, uh, my sincerest apologies. I'm a retard.
Yeah,
You know
no, I
what?
get you.
Fresh start. Fresh start.
Hello, I am disconnected, and I'm gonna be honest with you, not gonna lie, conversation got a bit rocky here, so we're gonna cut it out and we're gonna move on. It's kind of like when I see a Reaper emissary in my favorite game, Sea of Thieves. I'm gonna turn around, run in the other direction, and hope that it doesn't catch up and kill me eventually. So, moving on. Okay, well, we're gonna move on from that now. I
Yeah,
need to.
corner another.
I still have like five fucking topics listed here.
Oh shit, my bad. I
Yeah, we've been
skied.
going for a long while. We kind of went off on a big tangent, way off course.
I took control of this
Yeah,
vessel and
you
I
did kind of take the helm a little bit. But anyway, what the fuck is Warhammer? Do you know what Warhammer is?
Warhammer. Shit.
I
Um,
I know nothing. I've heard like a ton of stuff about it, but I don't know what it is. Apparently, it's like a game. Is it like a video game? Is it like a board game? What the fuck is it about? There's like figures, and apparently you paint them or something. I just don't know what it is, and I've never understood it.
me neither. Like, I'm very into collecting, say, like Jurassic World figurines, right? And I'd keep going to these model shops, and I see just in these massive cabinets, like massive monsters and robots fighting, and I was like, what the hell? And they'd say like Warhammer $20 per thing, and I'm like, what the fuck? That shit's like cool as hell. And then my friend who I mentioned long ago, the whole Reddit Nation dude, he is into it, and his mates are into it, and yeah, I don't know what it is. Like, you get figures, you paint them, and like I'm guessing it's kind of like chess in a way.
Yeah, I don't like know how it's played, and I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, me neither. I'm not the person to ask about that. In fact,
Yeah,
I would ask people about that because Warhammer is very confusing, and I don't know how it works.
yeah, it's like a war game. Apparently, but what the fuck is a war game? Like, how is it played? It's just a complete
Isn't
mystery.
isn't Risk just a war game? If you've heard of it,
Yeah, I've got Risk on the PC. I got the PC version. I have a
exactly.
PC
Isn't that
version.
what makes like? Because I know Warhammer as well. It's got like lore to it.
Yeah, there's lore to Warhammer.
Because I've seen like on my TikTok for you page, like every now and again it'll be like, why the death droids are the most powerful entities in the Warhammer
Yeah.
universe, and it'll be like, oh, they eat their enemies to gain memories, and it's like, what?
What? Yeah. Like I've seen like cinematic videos or something, and I've seen like these guys play like a video game based off of it, and there's like all these different like guys in it. I don't. Oh, my camera's just died. Okay, hang on. That's my camera off. So
Yep.
back to not understanding what like Warhammer is. What was I saying? I didn't understand how there was many guys and like there's a ton of like different media surrounding it that's just very confusing
Yeah.
because there's just so much
I
that I still like I don't get it. Like should I want to get it? It seems pretty like popular, kind of. I don't
I
know.
have a feeling that if I were to like understand Warhammer, I'd end up spending much too much time on it
Yeah.
and spending money, and I feel like I'd get addicted. Is the thing.
Yeah, I feel
And
like
so,
I've heard that it's like probably pretty expensive.
because I mean, as well, the whole painting side of things, like you gotta make your own figure. It's a whole
Yeah.
DIY. Man, this like camera angle is not doing me well. Hold up, there we go, much better. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know a thing about Warhammer. Warhammer is very confusing.
Yeah. What about rentoids versus land chads? How do you feel about that?
What?
Rentoids versus land chads?
Rentoids versus what?
You don't know about.
Huh?
Are you a
No.
rentoid?
Rentoid. Do you mean like renting versus
Yeah,
owning?
land chads.
I'm a landlord.
You're a land chad? Amen, brother.
Yeah. My family is very large when it comes to owning properties.
That's based.
Mm. Land shads versus rent lloyds, is that it?
Rentoids.
Rentoid.
Rentoids. Rentoids.
Yeah. Where does the second part of rentoid come from? Where does the oid part come from?
It's just internet lingo from like 4chan or something. I don't know the exact origins, but like, it's just what you use to describe the baddies in the scenario.
Right, right. So wait, the baddies in a scenario. Do
Yeah,
you mean
like
bad
the
good way or a horrible way? Do you mean baddie as in like Ice Spice or baddie as in Donald Trump?
Donald
Actually, never
Trump.
mind. Horrible example.
Donald Trump.
But right, right. What was the other things you had written down? Because I mean, this podcast it's been almost an hour, and I want to overstay my welcome.
Yeah, do you like Sonic Rush?
Sonic Rush.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know what Sonic Rush is, but I'm guessing it's a Sonic video game.
Yeah, it's a Sonic game that they made for the DS. If you like you like music, right? It has pretty good music, I think.
Has pretty good music. All right,
Yeah.
because I have my 3DS just over there, but I've never stumbled upon Sonic Rush.
You should
Upon
play it.
hearing that name, I thought it was the mobile game.
No, that's Sonic Dash. That's the mobile game.
Sonic
Sonic Rush
Dash.
is a very better video game with very better music.
Right. I have very fond memories of Sonic because I played that one where he's like a werehog,
Yeah.
and I remember playing that as a child, and it was like my favorite game ever.
Yeah.
Those were beautiful memories. I remember watching the Skrillex like tribute videos.
Oh yeah, that was that era.
Deep inside of me, I never let you see, and it's him turning into a werehog. That was incredible. I
Yeah.
remember that.
I have a story about Sonic Rush I just remembered because I remembered I need to tell this because back when I was a wee lad, back in the day when I was a wee young boy, I must have played this game a lot. I didn't understand how much I must have played it because I couldn't beat the second level as Sonic, and I couldn't beat the first level as Blaze. So what I did is I just replayed the first level over and over again, and I must have played it so much, like, cause I picked it up like a while back to like revisit it, and I found out that I broke the lives counter. I played the game so much that I got like over the limit of the lives counter, and I was just absolutely baffled. I was astounded at my
Wait,
gaming ability.
so you played the game so much that you broke its code?
I mean, I think so. That's what I assumed. It was something like that.
What do you mean, like the lives count? Like,
Well, it maxed out at like 99, but as I started like playing it and I actually managed to beat like the second level, I realized at some point that I was dying. I was dying, and I was getting booted out of levels, but the lives counter wasn't going down. So I came to the conclusion that I had gone past the limit of 99 lives, and I must have had like presumably over 100 at least.
yeah, because I mean, I don't even know how you would manage to do that. Like,
It's just because I was replaying the level over and over as a kid. Like as a little autistic like 5-year-old, I was playing fucking Leaf Storm over and over again, just getting like rings. I was picking up the rings. I was getting all these 1-ups, and I did it so much I broke the lives counter, and I was just astounded.
That is that is a story to go in the Hall of Fame. That's incredible.
Yeah, one of my
Like
greatest gaming achievements.
I mean, the 3DS isn't exactly the most powerful thing, and I'm guessing you're talking about the 3DS.
No, I'm talking about the OG DS. I had the
Oh, the
original.
OG DS.
Yeah,
Oh, well, yeah. I'm guessing the DS isn't the most powerful, like supercomputer. But
yeah.
even then, how can it be beaten with just pure other? I mean, isn't the literal definition of idiocracy like doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result?
No, that's insanity. You don't even know the
That's
quote. The definition of insanity is doing the same fucking thing over and over and over again, expecting shit to change. That's what Voss Montenegro said in the video game.
that's incredible. That's the quote, right?
Yep, that's
But
the quote right
how
there.
can how can a DS be beaten with pure insanity?
I don't know. I was just bored.
You were bored with nothing to do, and so you decided the thing to do was to replay this level over and
No,
over.
I had
You know
stuff to do. I think I was just trying to like beat the boss of that level, expecting that to do something. I couldn't beat the boss either, and I just kept on playing the level before it, just to do something, I guess.
right.
When Mario Kart DS was like, I was a bit bored of that. I'd pop in Sonic Rush, and like, oh boy, more like Leaf Storm.
Oh boy, I can't wait to see what will happen this
Dude,
time.
I love the rolling ball in Act Two.
All right, we're going speedrun this time. That's free down, free to go,
There's two more.
two to go.
Yeah. What's your favorite flag?
Flag?
Yeah, what's your favorite flag?
What do you mean flag?
As in like flag.
Just any flag in
Yeah,
general,
just any flag. Yeah,
country,
country.
gender, sexuality, woke,
Yeah,
Reddit
woke,
nation,
Reddit
any
Nation,
flag.
amen.
Man. Um, well, I'd probably have to say like the New Zealand flag, but even then, it'd be a very, it's very split between, because the New Zealand flag, oh, obviously is much like the Australian flag. It's just,
Yeah. The
it's
Australian
got
one
this,
has like two extra stars,
yeah, exactly.
and
And
it's
New
not
Zealand
red.
had a whole thing, like 30 grand was poured into it to try and change their flag and
Yeah, I
all of
heard
that.
about that. They're trying to like change it or something.
But they just decided to keep it. And one of the flags that came up, I think it came up then. It might have been before, but it's now recognized as the Te Reo Māori flag. And honestly, I think it looks 10 times more dope than the New Zealand flag, and I like it a lot. So I wouldn't be able to like
What
if you
is
said
the? I don't remember what the other one looks like.
the Te Reo
New
Māori, it's like
New Zealand flag.
yeah, it's just like black, white, and red.
There's nothing here on what the new flag
Sure,
looks like.
one, but I don't.
Okay, never mind then.
But yeah, it'd be a very close like tie between the two. Like I couldn't make up my mind.
Yeah, I like the
And
Jolly Roger.
the Jolly Roger. What is the Jolly Roger?
The Jolly Roger is the pirate flag.
Is it the one with the skulls on
Yeah,
it?
the skull and crossbones.
The skull and crossbone.
Yeah.
Because I take it pirates.
Yeah, I
Britain.
love pirates. I love Sea of Thieves. It's my favorite video game.
Sea of Thieves' favorite video game. I have a very funny story about Sea of Thieves actually.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I don't think you guys have EB games at your in Britain,
Never heard
but
of
EB games is just like a video. And I remember going there once because I'd spent weeks saving up money and doing little around the house to get pocket change, just to get enough to purchase Sea of Thieves. Because my cousin who owns an Xbox like played it in front of me, and it looked incredible. And I wanted it, and I wanted to try it out. I wanted to have a jam. And so I went up to him, the person at counter, because I'd spent 30 minutes walking through the store aimlessly looking for Sea of Thieves, but I could only find an Xbox section. I asked him, "Hey, do you have Sea of Thieves on the PS4?" No,
Oh yeah, it's an
no, it's
Xbox exclusive.
and that's when I proceeded to cry my guts out in front of 50 odd people. No, I'm joking. But man, I was distraught that day. I was distraught when I learned that exclusives exist. That was my first time
That was
encountering an
your first
exclusive.
time encountering an exclusive.
Exactly. That was my first time. That was my virginity towards exclusive games gone.
How good is your computer? Do you have a computer, a decent computer,
I have a laptop.
a decent laptop,
Yeah, it's like a proper gaming laptop.
a proper gaming laptop? I have a proper
Although,
gaming laptop, and I have Sea of Thieves on here. If you, how much money do you make? Do you get
mate,
the mighty Nero?
uh, well, I don't really work that often, but I get 23 an hour.
23 an hour. If
Yeah, it's
you're
minimum wage.
willing, you can buy Xbox Game Pass for like, I don't know how much it is in fucking New Zealand cash. It's cheap where I am. Like it's only like, I don't know, is it £8 where I am? That's,
Hey,
yeah, that's fairly cheap for me as a
that's
very rich man.
I'm pretty sure pound is like kind of like American dollars in which way it's like a
I'm about
half,
to
almost.
translate this. Hold on.
Mm,
£8
it's like 15. Last time I
to
checked, like $20 or
New
50.
Zealand dollar. £8 is apparently 16.73 New Zealand dollar.
It would be $16. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but I don't know. The Xbox. I'm kind of saving my money at the moment because one, I'm gonna do some stuff with my significant other later in the year, and I gotta save a bunch of money for that. And uh, I also, well, what am I gonna buy? There's a thing I really want to buy, but like, hmm. Actually, I have a funny story. I have a funny story that just kind of rocked into my head. That if Korn's watching this, he's actually gritting his teeth and like throwing his fist at the floor right now, because you know the Barbie movie, right?
Yep.
Barbie the album is out, and I'm a very passionate in obviously music, but CDs and CD players, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a massive boombox just sitting over there and my CD rack there. And bro, I was just blasting some music like 10 seconds ago. Well, before the podcast, which was like 2 hours ago, but
Yeah.
um what was it? And anyway, I really want to buy Barbie the album, right? Because all of my other mates who have like CD collections, they always have one CD that is like a soundtrack from a film or like a franchise. For an example, my mate has the Transformers The Dark Knight soundtrack, and my other mate has Rick and Morty the soundtrack. And I was thinking, wouldn't that be dope as hell if I had Barbie the soundtrack?
Mm.
Exactly. But in my currency, it's $28, which is it's pretty expensive.
Mm.
And I'm not gonna drop a bag on the Barbie album. And so there's a little saying I live by at school, which infuriates Corn and causes a lot of mockery. But it's act poor to get rich. And so for the past couple of days, I've been walking around begging people for a single dollar. All I ask is a dollar.
That's awesome.
And so if I ask enough people for a dollar, I will be able to buy the Barbie album without lifting a finger out of my pockets, out of my money.
That's
I know
ingenious.
I know that seems horrible, and they pointed it out, and I was like, fine, I will chip in some money. And so currently at my goal, I only need $6 more by the end of the week, because the thing is, I convinced some people to give me money, but they said there's interest on it. And if I don't get the money, $28 by the end of the week, that I owe them double. So that's like,
That's a slippery slope, man.
and so I'm kind of begging a lot of people for money. And a lot of people have been actually convinced and heartwarmed by my story of wanting the Barbie album because I guess I'm just quite a likable person that they genuinely will give me $1. I mean, the
Yeah.
first person to actually give me $1 was Corn. I was like, yo, Corn, do you have $1? And he was like, oh, yeah. And he, not even a second thought, pulled out his wallet and gave me $1. And he's like, oh, what's it for? And I was like, the Barbie album. And he's like, give me my dollar back. And I said, no. No way.
Dude, what a loser. Why do we.
Corn, um, I really want to explain what I'm doing for his birthday because it has to do with albums.
Should you really
But I
be
really,
should you really be doing this on a public podcast he might be
yeah,
watching?
yeah, exactly. That's why I don't think. Oh, it's quite funny, but I don't think I'm gonna do it. I don't think I'm gonna risk it. I'm not gonna take the
Yeah.
risk.
Don't take the risk, man.
Funny.
Leave it for the whatever
Really,
his faces.
yeah, it was very funny. But yeah, very, very funny story. Now for the final one, the grand finale. I hope you saved the best for last, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up with modern art? I don't really get it. I don't like. There seems to be like mixed. I've seen mixed feelings about it. I've seen mixed opinions on it in my time online. Like, there are some people who think that it's good. There's some people who think that it's bad. I don't know where to stand on it, but I'm leaning towards it's bad, and I want to know what your opinion is on it.
My opinion on modern art. Now, modern art, I believe, is like, I don't know. It really all depends because some modern art is like, what I think art is kind of leaning towards is more or less the meaning than the art itself. Like someone could dead ass throw like they could trip up and take a shit and piss on a piece of like on an art thing, and then they call it it's actually Francisco the Third's depiction of his mind when he was going insane, and then people all of a sudden clap and pat them on the back and go
Yeah.
shit that's
Like
no is this
no, 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 I legitimately saw like a post on like Twitter, and it was like a block of wood, kind of like a square block of like these pieces of wood stacked like Jenga, and I'm pretty sure the artist was in the replies saying, "This is about like fucking climate change or something," and I was just completely baffled because how exactly I don't it it
how
it
would those
it doesn't make sense. Like maybe I don't. I think
now
that
me
it's
look
like
my sorry to cut you off
yeah. I
but
don't know what I'm saying.
myself I'm I'm a little bit of an artist myself. You know,
Ho ho ho! Me
I have a
likey.
little bit of practice in the artistic field, so I have a feeling that I would know about like some things. And
Yes,
my honest
you're clearly the next Picasso up and coming.
exactly. I mean, hold up, let me find another beautiful artistic
Yes,
piece.
yes. Give me more. Ho ho ho!
As you can
Yes.
tell, I'm quite the artist, and my opinion on modern art is that I have a feeling that art from say like what was it 4chan like 10 years ago is probably where the human race peaked, and now we're just going into a horrific decline, and we're going to end up with single stroke pencils on a piece of paper that somehow depicts an entire novel with 5 different entries.
Yeah. I feel like
And
I
just
want to say about how it feels kind of pretentious, I guess, but I don't really know where to go with that. But just saying that it's pretentious just feels like sort of right.
what do you mean pretentious? Like what does
I mean,
pretentious mean?
because what I've seen on the opposition of like modern art is like it's like all these guys they're like all saying oh it's just like a bunch of pretentious. It doesn't like mean it doesn't actually mean anything, but they're just saying that it does for whatever reason.
Yeah.
It's like,
Like,
yeah, I know. I can explain that better. Like, they're saying that the modern artists are just saying, well, oh, this is like very deep and like very philosophical, and if you don't understand it, then you're just unworthy of my artistic genius. And
yeah,
everyone else is just like, it's what? No, this is just something like completely random that you're saying has meaning.
yeah. I mean, something that could correlate to is money in a way.
I
Think
love
about it.
money.
A piece of paper depicts how like it has so much meaning, and yet it can be ripped apart, shred, gone. But yet our entire society like leans on it. And so in
That's
the
why we're
same way,
moving over to credit cards.
that point, but in the same way, like art, I kind of I'd like to see where this goes. Art, I don't entirely understand it anymore. Like some art is getting a little bit out of hand, and I have a feeling that it's going to spiral out of control and just become horrific. But I have a feeling that, like, if we keep watching the decline back down, eventually it'll start going back up. And, like, a saying is there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. If we go through this hard time, eventually we'll find peak. Like, it'll be the next Shrek that comes out, and then we'll go back into that cycle of beautiful art.
Yeah.
Mm. Like, what was it? I had something on my mind, but it's vanished again.
Oh well.
Uh, I mean, hmm. Like the art Because when you say modern art, you mean physical art, right? Like,
Yeah.
because art nowadays can be described as literally anything from music to physical drawings to dance. And I
Yeah.
mean, in my culture, art is a very big thing. Physical, dance, music, it's all there. But you don't see in something like that, you don't see people just sitting around going, that square, yeah, that square there. Holy shit, I love it. No, no, they look at you like you're a crazy person because you are.
Yeah.
I believe that this might be a very unpopular and like sad opinion, but I believe that art has to physically be appealing
I'm gonna
or
put a
like
light bulb in a cage, and I'm gonna call that. That's gonna be my magnum opus.
exactly, exactly. But because I mean, on my For You page, I keep getting like really depressing art that shows up, and it looks really good, and it actually has a deep meaning. Like there was one, and I think it was like someone the something and his son Ivan, and it showed a dude cuddling his son, and like his son was bleeding from his hand, from his head, and the depiction. But basically, like he had struck his son over the head because of an argument, and he was now crying over his dead son, and his son was condoling him and forgiving him in his final moments. And it was like really depressing and sad. But the drawing itself was basically just two dudes like kind of sitting there hugging each other. But the fact that it actually had meaning, that actually made it deep, that actually correlated to the art itself is the part that I liked. And so modern art, it has the meaning, it just doesn't have the art.
Hmm. Yeah. I see where you're coming from there.
In my opinion, I have a feeling that like we could easily we're in the right what's it? We have the right spirit. We have the right spirit. We're on the right track. We're just missing the mark completely because people are starting to actually it's kind of like no, I'm not gonna mention that. That's like that's some crazy stuff. But like if you tell someone something enough, they'll start to believe it. And
Yeah.
so I have a feeling that society itself has been told that this is the new art. This is what art is gonna live on as from now on. And I have the feeling people are starting to believe that. And I don't want to sound like I know everything, Mr. Goody Two Shoes Smarty Pants over here, but Yeah, I don't believe that this art is very good. I think we should stick back to ironic art, such as like say, like shit posts. That's kind of funny. That's good art.
Yes, you are on the wavelength.
I mean, literally looking into my artistic thing right here, we have a shit post creation
Mm-hmm.
monstrosity,
Mm-hmm.
and that I would consider art. But if I
Yeah.
drew two strokes on a pencil and then called that art,
What you've just
what?
made is Christianity.
Okay, now we're now we're getting into it. Nah, I'm joking, but yeah, two pencil strokes and called it art. It's very yeah.
It's either Christianity or the Twin Towers.
Ooh. Yeah, that's just I don't know. I don't get art. Art is kind of stupid.
Yeah, it's kind of
Now,
whack.
I really don't want to come off like annoying or an asshole just because someone might have genuinely put hours and heaps of thought into that piece. But like all of it obviously went into the meaning and not the art itself. And that's where I think we kind of got to up the ante because art is like failing miserably.
If you want to like get your like thoughts and feelings across, write like an article or something.
Mm, yeah. Nah, it's just you gave me the question and now I kind of
Yeah,
and I
if you're
but
gonna use
it's
all
just
these
my opinion.
words to convey like a meaning, like we have a medium for that, and it's called like writing. You have a keyboard.
You have a keyboard, write about it.
Exactly.
Mm. Don't like do that and then claim it as something else.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
writing is still like falling under that big, huge umbrella of art, right? So, like, what's even the difference
yeah,
when you really get down to it?
yeah, fair point. But it's the same thing as saying like dance and drawing are the same. They're very clearly not, but they fall under the same umbrella.
Yeah,
What would be your favorite art out of them? Out of all that fall under the umbrella?
graffiti art
Graffiti? Well, I
or
saw that in
porn.
your back on your wall. There was a lot of graffiti art.
Yeah, that's just the wallpaper that my mother put up. I didn't have a choice in it.
Oh,
I
well
do
then.
have I have a VR headset though, and there's an application on there that like lets you do graffiti art. So I've been practicing that, trying to like
Oh,
get
dope.
good.
Yeah, no. Living. I'm not trying to say I live in the hood, but where I live is not exactly the brightest sunshine, and there is a lot of graffiti and a lot of like gang and mob mentality and I can't walk 5 feet without seeing some gang signature written up on the nearest Starbucks. Actually, we don't even have a Starbucks, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I went to
Graffiti.
Birmingham, the very like the well known shithole of the UK, and there was vandalism everywhere. It was awesome.
Mm. I mean, it's kind of cool. Our skate parks are all like just uniquely colored and they look very cool. But like, I mean, we're getting back onto the art thing. The meaning behind them is yikes, yikes, big yikes. But they look cool, and I think it would be missing without them.
Yeah,
But obviously, my favorite art is wild music. I mean, that's all I've talked about. I've managed to correlate anything so far into music.
yeah.
But yeah, it's just because that's like the most passionate thing I am about it. But yeah, yeah. Fuck. Isn't it like the morning for you?
Yeah, it's like 10:27.
Yeah, no. You could say it's the same for us, but PM. And I am but an other child, and I am very, I'm on the urge of passing out.
Okay, go to bed then, Doctor Genius.
Yeah, little Einstein over here. But I just gotta say, this podcast, incredible.
I
Whoever's watching
know.
this better subscribe and hit that bell icon for more incredible things. This is not sponsored.
Yeah, there's more coming. There's definitely more coming.
Exactly.
Big plans in the works over here in my mind palace.
And watch out for the next British Man album.
Yeah, that's coming. Coming very,
That's
very soon. Very, very soon. Very, very soon.
yeah. And if anyone I know is watching this, sincerest apologies. And if I do end up becoming big and this becomes like the PewDiePie bridge incident, then yikes. Sorry, future me.
Yikes, yeah. Also, sorry, Corn, for talking behind your back.
Yeah, no, Corn.
Yeah.
We chill, Corn.
Yeah.
We chill. We chill.
Maybe, I mean, maybe if he wasn't like such a kind of loser, maybe if he didn't like, you know, maybe if he didn't suck so much, probably wouldn't have much to say about it. But you know, he just does all this stuff wrong. He just does all this stuff that's kind of doesn't paint him in the best light, and you know, it just kind of came up. It just kind of came up because there's just so much to talk about.
It's from the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I want to give a thanks to British Man in the other corner. Thank you very much for letting me on this podcast. I greatly appreciate it.
Okay.
Goodbye, pal.
Yeah. Reddit Nation signing off.